Bharatiya Janata Party and the Gupkar Alliance are claiming victory in the District Development Council elections in Jammu and Kashmir. So the BJP has emerged as the single largest party, the Gupkar Alliance as the largest alliance. The BJP, of course, says it's got more votes than the National Conference, the PDP and the Congress put together. But that's not all. BJP insists that this is a vote in support of abrogation of Article 370. The Gupkar Alliance insists that this is a vote for continuing the fight for the restoration of Article 370. Sunil Ji Bhatt and Shujaul Haq with our top story tonight.
The BJP's win in the 3 seats in the Kashmir Valley is being seen as a game changer for the party. It says winning seats in a region seen as hostile to the party is a big achievement.
The election results of the District Development Council of Jammu and Kashmir is the victory of hope and the victory of the larger narrative about Jammu and Kashmir, which Narendra Modi ji has thought about that state.
जिस तरह से घाटी में कमल खिला है और पूरी ताकत से हम यहाँ चुनाव लड़े, लोग डेवलपमेंट चाहते हैं और मैं मानता हूँ कि इंजीनियर एजाज हुसैन और एजाज अहमद 2 कैंडिडेट हमारे 2 एजाज जीतकर पार्टी को एजाज बख्शा है। इसलिए मैं घाटी की जनता का शुक्रिया अदा करता हूँ।
But the Gupkar group doesn't agree. It says 3 seats in the valley is no endorsement of BJP's policies.
If you go into the details of how they won those seats, then it opens up a completely different can of worms. They won a seat on the outskirts of Srinagar, Khunmu, because the People's Alliance put the wrong candidate. The candidate we fielded unfortunately got disqualified because of some technicality. So the BJP took that seat in a walkover. They won a seat in Gurez Valley, which is heavily sort of militarized. How they got there and all the rest of it is a question for another day.
Another former Chief Minister, Mehbooba Mufti, claimed the Modi government had used every agency to scuttle the opposition's campaign.
बालाहमा की सीट में जो पीएजीडी का कैंडिडेट था उसके कागज रिजेक्ट किए गए। इसी तरह आपकी तुलैल की सीट आपको पता है वहां ज्यादा फोर्सेस का जमावड़ा रहता है, वहां क्या हुआ वो एक अल्लाह ताला जानते हैं और वो जानते हैं। इनके मिनिस्टर यहां 1 महीने से टेंट लगाए हुए थे, कितना पैसा गया, कितना मसल पावर गया, कितना मैनिपुलेशन गया, वो आप भी जानते हैं, हम भी जानते हैं।
This is, however, not the first time that the BJP has won seats in the valley. The BJP made gains in the Panchayat and local body elections held in 2018. But then the PDP and the National Conference had boycotted the polls.
There's also a viewpoint that some of the seats that BJP has won is because there was low voter turnout at certain regions in the valley. These are the things that the leaders of the Gupkar Alliance are also saying. Nonetheless, these elections have thrown interesting data, and it will be very important to see how these figures now change the polity of Jammu and Kashmir, particularly given the big decisions that have been taken after August 2019. With cameraman Tariq Shujaul Haq in Srinagar for India Today.
And joining me on India First is engineer Ejaz Hussain, the man credited with the first lotus bloom in Kashmir, in Khanmore 2, in Srinagar. Engineer Ejaz, welcome on India First. You sought votes in the name of Bharatiya Janata Party after the abrogation of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir, the first election after abrogation of Article 370. How difficult was it? What did you go and tell people in Srinagar when you were seeking votes?
Sir, I would like to congratulate whole nation who are watching now that it's win of every Indian. It's win of our tricolor. All the parties who were saying that there won't be even a single person who will host tricolor over in Srinagar. This is answer for those people. And it was not difficult. I'm not like surprised like if BJP is coming out, because the popularity of our Prime Minister is very high over in Kashmir also. What I think, what I personally feel is that there should be outreach to people of Kashmir by our own party men. I think there has been less outreach. That's why we are having less number of seats now. And in future, once we make a good outreach, things will be much easier, and BJP will win in with big margin in good number of seats. Secondly, it is a bit tough because.
Okay,
see, it's a tough because PhD and all, they were contesting together. All those political parties who looted the valley and Jammu and Kashmir from all those years, whose sons, whose kids and kids were doing politics on the name of religion over here. They tried to communalize the election, DDC elections of Jammu and Kashmir also. But people, they understand what their policy actually is. So they have given them the right answer by choosing a BJP candidate in Srinagar.
In Srinagar, Omar Abdullah of the National Conference and former Chief Minister of the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir says it's a mere technicality that you won. Engineer Ejaz, he says that the candidate of the Gupkar alliance was disqualified on technical grounds, and that is why you had an advantage.
Sir, I should laugh on him. The people who are watching now, they might be laughing at him. He is not knowing the actual numbers. I should tell him that it was 64% of polling in our constituency, and we got 50% of votes for Bharatiya Janata Party. And you were having your own candidates over there. You were having your own proxies. You were having 5 candidates against BJP. But people have rejected you and they have chosen Bharatiya Janata Party. And I want to remind him again that the seat which I fought and won, which BJP fought and won, it was his ancestral seat, held by his own father, Farooq Abdullah Saab, and then Umar Abdullah Saab. It was his assembly constituency where people rejected him. So he should answer to his people. He is trying to fool and he is making propaganda again. He is trying to misinform. But I should get him with the right information. It's your constituency where BJP has won with 50% of votes.
Okay. Fair enough. Tell me this.
So they can't deceive people more.
You are from Jammu and Kashmir. What attracted you to the Bharatiya Janata Party? How did you join the Bharatiya Janata Party? And you've been associated with it for quite some time, I believe.
Sir, I have been associated with party from 2006 when I was studying over in Chennai, Madras, where I came in contact with few of our persons who belonged to Bharatiya Janata Party. There I got interaction with them, and then I found, no, it is definitely a party with difference, because they are doing everything for social cause, not like other parties, because I used to come from Jammu and Kashmir, and Jammu and Kashmir has seen some different political spheres. In rest parts of country, the politics is something different. Politics there is on the name of development, but unfortunate over in Kashmir is it's on the name of Pakistan and other proxies. So what I felt, there is a difference between other parties and BJP. And BJP always stood for nation. And we are the people who are committed for own nation.
Okay. Explain this to me. You unfurled the tricolor in Pahalgam on the 15th of August at a time when leaders in Kashmir were saying after abrogation of Article 370, there wouldn't be a single person left to lift the tricolor. Did you face any opposition? Did you receive any threats either from terrorists or from separatists?
Sir, our Karyakartas are getting daily threats. It's not new to us. We have lost hundreds of Karyakartas. Let it be in Kashmir, West Bengal, Kerala, so many places. Blood is all same. So I feel if our Karyakarta is like murdered in Kerala, I have same pain and feelings if the Karyakarta is from Kashmir. So Kashmir is something different because the terrorism, it's all sponsored by for neighboring countries who are here. So it's a bit of difficult, but we are like growing, and I assure you, the Bharatiya Janata, the willpower of Bharatiya Janata Party Karyakarta is very high. We stand with our nation. We have been taught that it is nation first, party second and self last. So we believe in that. Wherever the nation needs us, we stand firm like rock.
And you have been given a bigger responsibility. You've been made in charge of Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morcha for West Bengal, and you're also the National Vice President of the BJYM. So have you been able to take the ideology of the BJP, which is that also your target in Jammu and Kashmir, and get them to join the mainstream elsewhere in the country? Is that your aim?
Sir, I have been working with party from so many years on different responsibilities. Before moving to West Bengal, I was in charge for Chandigarh also. I worked in Chandigarh, then I was shifted to West Bengal in 2016. In 2016, there was bypolls, Sabang bypolls, where we had less than 4% of votes. Then Yuva Morcha over there, we stood, we encouraged the people, we worked really hard on ground, and our Honorable Prime Minister, it was popularity of him and our Bharatiya Janata Party that we tried to make very good impact over in West Bengal also.
Engineer Ijaz Hussain, many congratulations on your victory. 3 seats the BJP has won in Pulwama, in Srinagar and in Bandipora. The Gupkar alliance insists that overwhelmingly the vote is still for the alliance. For the moment, many thanks for joining me. National Conference leader and former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Omar Abdullah, is hit out at the BJP. He's also hit out at the Jammu and Kashmir administration. He says the administration is working for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Omar Abdullah took to Twitter to say that the administration appears to be facilitating, and he said, and I quote, the administration has now taken up the responsibility of trying to collect independent candidates for the BJP and its subsidiary. He then goes on to say this after the People's Alliance for Gupkar declaration emerged as the leading coalition by winning 112 seats out of 276, for which the results have now been declared. The BJP emerged as the single largest party with 75. Independents have bagged around 50. The Congress 126. I quickly want to cut across to India Today's Shujaul Haq. Shuja, what's happening? Why is Omar Abdullah upset with the J&K administration at this point of time?
Well, yes, it does seem that the National Conference Vice President is directly hitting at the BJP and saying that the BJP was trying to buy or convince the independent candidates who have managed to be successful in DDC elections somehow. In fact, he's gone ahead and said that the administration was also helping them. These are very, very serious allegations. Omar Abdullah is there saying that one of their party leaders from South Kashmir was not been allowed to go out and meet these independents, whereas many of these independents were being taken to Srinagar, and thereby he is basically hinting at the possibility that some sort of arrangements were being made by the government at the behest of the BJP, to garner support from these independents. Let's remember that the independents have been a good chunk, good portion of the winning candidates. So they will definitely be important in the overall game of understanding how these DDCs will be set up at the district levels.
Okay. So let's try and make more sense of these election results. Joining me on the broadcast is Suhail Bukhari, spokesperson for the PDP, Guru Prakash is spokesperson for the Bharatiya Janata Party, Muzaffar Shah is a leader of the Awami National Conference, and Manu Khajuria is a founder and columnist, Voice of Dogras. Suhail Bukhari, if I may, Mehbooba Mufti had said if Article 370 is abrogated, there wouldn't be a person left to shoulder the tricolour in Jammu and Kashmir. And we just heard Engineer Ijaz, who says he not only unfurled the tricolour but also won elections. Is there merit, sir, in the BJP saying that those who indulged in fear-mongering and the naysayers have been proven wrong?
Well, I would say that these results ought to be seen in the prism, through the prism of democratic dissent, popular dissent against the undemocratic and unconstitutional decisions that were pushed through the throat of Jammu and Kashmir under a barrel of gun. Because if you look at the overall numbers and the results, it's absolutely clear that the alliance, the People's Alliance, that until yesterday, the BJP's top leadership, Government of India, would call names by like the Gupkar gang and whatnot, they have emerged not only victorious, but they have swept many areas of Jammu and Kashmir to the extent that BJP has technically been relegated to 4 districts in Jammu division. So much so that, while
Guru
there is a lot
Prakash,
of tom-tomming about the BJP
being made by very direct point being made by Sohail Bukhari that BJP has been relegated to winning only 4 districts, and it's the Gupkar alliance that has wider acceptance on either side of Pir Panjal.
No, you see, Gaurav, it is the victory of democracy over dictatorship, victory of democracy over dynastocracy. It's a victory of transparency over totalitarianism. I was just listening to my friend, and let me remind him that nor a barrel of gun, neither anything unconstitutional was done. People of Jammu and Kashmir, especially in areas where you suspected that there would be low turnout, areas in South Kashmir, the voter turnout in Kupwara was 80%, Anantnag 60%, Shopian 70%. This shows, Gaurav, that the people of Jammu and Kashmir stand solidly behind that decision of abrogating Article 370 and 35A. They saw that in the name of perpetuating the rule of one family, perpetuating the Sultanate, people were misusing the legislative autonomy that was granted in the name of Article 370. So they solidly stand behind the decision made by the BJP last year.
Okay. Muzaffar Shah, you heard the Union Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad, who very clearly said the fact that the BJP has won more votes than the Congress, the PDP and the NC put together is vindication of BJP's position on Article 370.
Gaurav, thank you very much for calling me again. I was with you yesterday, and today the debate seems to be very decent. And I'm sure none of the participants will butt in, neither will you. And give me at least a minute or a minute and a half to respond to all what I have heard on the show just now. First and foremost, let me give you some statistics to all my panelists there, though, and particularly to the BJP gentleman Guru Prakash and to the rest of the country. Out of 280 seats, BJP has won only 73. It's not even 25%. So who's the winner? One. Number two, the total number of votes that the BJP has got out of Kashmir Valley is 1.79%. So who's the winner? Third, they talk about development. People have rejected this, people have rejected that. People came out in large numbers. They did not vote for BJP. In Kashmir, they did not vote for BJP. They voted for the alliance in a very huge way. They went into your programs. They danced with you all over on the name of development. You spent money in millions and billions here. And finally, they went inside the polling booth and they voted exactly where they were told to vote. They voted against you and they voted for 370 and 35A, period. Now, I was listening to my...
Manu Khajuria, respond.
Please,
sir,
hold on.
Sir, you made your point. Let me bring in... Sir, hold on. I'll come back to you. I will come back to you. Sir, it has to be a conversation and not a monologue.
Mr. Ejaz, then you can give
preamble to the Constitution needs to be avoided on the broadcast. I have limited time, so brevity has to be your forte, at least on this broadcast. Stick to the point, and brevity has to be your forte, sir. My request. Okay, yes. Manu Khajuria, the point that Muzaffar Shah makes, the point that Sohail Bukhari makes, that wider acceptance for the Gupkar alliance on either side of Pir Panjal and 3 seats. It's like one swallow does not make a summer.
Gaurav, thank you, and I would like my time because Jammu hardly gets a voice on these panels. Let me counter Mr. Shah by giving the statistics which are true. I am very aware that Omar Abdullah, the typical of Gupkar gang, was trying to spin a different narrative on your channel 9 p.m. last night, we are giving fake figures. He mentioned 35 seats leading for Gupkar at 9 p.m. It was only leading at 19 seats, and 25 or 26 seats they've finally gotten it.
Now that is highly
Now the
objectionable.
focus on BJP is so much that they are forgetting
Stop calling
that the
people as
actual
gangs.
vote
That's
share
not done.
Please let me speak. You do
One
not
by
let
one.
Jammu
One
speak
by
at all.
one.
Now
Let's
it's
keep
our
this
turn.
civil.
The vote share for BJP
Please
is
speak, but don't call
4.87
gangs.
lakhs. NC is
Gangs
half
are
of that
dacoits.
at 2.54
And there are
lakhs.
bigger dacoits sitting in
You
Delhi
can
than in
outshout
Kashmir.
us, Mr. Shah. This will
Muzaffar
not
Shah,
change the seat.
I will request you to
BJP has
kindly speak
24.8%
when
of the voting
asked, sir.
percentage. NC is only 16.46%. The entire Gupkar gang, or the entire, and I have the freedom of right to say Gupkar gang, they all together, these 7 parties have only managed.
Let's stick to Gupkar Alliance. Let's stick to Gupkar Alliance during this broadcast, please.
Ma'am, you have lost the elections. Simple.
Anybody
Okay, Muzaffar Shah, I've made that intervention. Please
lost
speak
the
when spoken to,
election.
sir.
You have, in Jammu region, you have managed to get only Ramband and Rajouri, which has always been your stronghold. Nothing new there. But the 3 seats in
Well,
Kashmir
we have got 25 seats in Jammu.
Historical change. To
And
do
another
that,
25 seats.
we
are very close to 40 seats in Jammu. What are you talking?
You should remember
What statistics are you throwing? You are throwing wrong statistics
We
to
need
the country.
to hold on. Let's stick to facts on the broadcast. And Suhail Bukhari, Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad says voter percentage increased post the abrogation of Article 370, and that's the first and the clearest indication that people agree with 370, and that is why they came out to vote. He gave the example of Sopore, 23.8% in the DDC as against 7% in Lok Sabha polls pre-abrogation of 370. Bandipora, 51.7% in DDC as against 23% in Lok Sabha polls, and so on. Increased voter confidence post 370 is an indication that people are with this decision and want
Shah.
development.
Wait.
Sir, let's
Gaurav, let me try brevity here. Okay, let me try brevity here. Not only did Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad try and quote these figures, our esteemed panelists from BJP also talked about Kupwara, of Shopian, of Pulwama, and you talked about Sopore. The people came out and voted. So who did they vote for and who did they vote out? They voted out BJP. Did BJP win in Kupwara? No. Did BJP win? Wait. Did BJP win in Sopore? No. Did BJP win in Shopian? No. Did BJP win in Anantnag? No. And for the lady who seems to be representing Jammu and is trying to camouflage the numbers, the facts and figures of Jammu are that the president of BJP, the BJP state president's own seat in Jammu, the PAGD, the PDP, the PDP has won the seat. The PAGD has won the seat in the home constituency of the state president of BJP. The PAGD has
absolutely correct. Absolutely correct.
Wait. Let me, Mr.
One by one.
Let me please complete. Okay. So the lady was also talking about other areas of Jammu, barring the Ramban thing. Let me remind her that the BJP's sitting minister, Mr. Parihar, has been, he lost to PAGD in his Doda. The sitting minister's Kishtwar BJP seat, one of the seats was won by PAGD. So let's not try to befool people. The fact of the matter is that even in Jammu,
BJP.
Okay.
They have been relegated to 4 districts. They have been relegated to 4 districts. They have been relegated to 4 districts.
Thrown out of Kashmir.
Okay, sir, you've made that point. Making it 4 times will not change facts. Okay, Guru Prakash, quickly respond. Analysis in Kashmir, very rightly, as is being pointed out, is you may have said that there's 70% voter turnout, but those 70% who came out to vote, voted for the Gupkar Alliance and not for the Bharatiya Janata Party. How can then that be a vote in favor of abrogation of Article 370?
भाई कितना झूठ बोलोगे पूरे हिंदुस्तान को, कितना झूठ बोलोगे आप?
गौरव, इट्स रियली अरे आप बात सुन लीजिए, आपकी बातों को हम लोगों ने ध्यानपूर्वक सुना था.
Go on, go on, Guru Prakash.
Sir, we are listening to you patiently. You should also listen to us, please, sir. You see, Gaurav, I fail to understand that it's beyond my comprehension. It's basic arithmetic. BJP has emerged as the single largest party, period. BJP has got almost 500,000 votes. The combination of 7 other political parties, PAGD, I don't call it People's Alliance, I call it Power Seekers Alliance, I call it Power Brokers Alliance. They have managed with the 7 political parties, less votes than BJP, substantially less number of votes than BJP. So I seriously don't understand the reason behind their celebration. But I'm happy with one thing, that yesterday morning, these guys, when the trends came out, were questioning the electoral process, were questioning the ballot. My friends, please listen to me very carefully, that people of Jammu and Kashmir have preferred ballot over bullet. The people of Jammu and Kashmir have preferred tourism over terrorism. So please, this entire Gupkar alliance, the alliance which was just there to perpetuate the rule of one family, a couple of families, to perpetuate Sultanate, people have discarded them. You stand exposed in front of the entire country today. What 370 did? It was anti-democracy. It was anti-Dalit. It was anti-woman. I did not speak to you.
75% seats.
Please, no, I did not speak to you.
Giving them 75% seats.
One by 370 was anti-Dalit. 370 was anti-woman. 370 was anti-tribal. 370 was anti-backwards. No. Our government did a great service by removing Article 370. Why don't you understand one simple thing, sir? I don't want the shouting match to happen. But revocation, it is the भारत देखिए जम्मू कश्मीर के लोकतंत्र की जीत हुई है, वंशवाद की हार हुई है, जनतंत्र जीता है, परिवारवाद हारा है, सुशासन जीता है, भ्रष्टाचार हारा है. स्वीकार करो इस बात को. स्वीकार करो इस बात को.
Respond to this very specific point. Okay, everyone speaking at the same time will not help. Everyone speaking at the same time will not help. Okay. Muzaffar Shah, please respond. Very specific point. Very specific point, Muzaffar Shah. Very specific point made both by Guru Prakash and by Engineer Ejaz, that dynasty parties are rattled because new leadership is rising in Kashmir. People like Engineer Ejaz, whose parents are not politicians, they are now getting power, and that is why dynasty parties are rattled.
My dear friend Gaurav Samant, is that question for me?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I would like to tell Engineer Ejaz from this channel and let the whole country know. It was my leadership, the PA. You see, I don't only represent ANC. I am the one of the apex members of the PAGD. Now let me tell you what Umar has told you or what Mahbooba ji has told you. It is absolutely correct. It was my candidate, the ANC candidate, who was given the go-ahead after his form, after his all these papers were found perfect. And when the time came in for the withdrawals, just half an hour before the withdrawal, he was told that there is some problem with your forms and all, and his form was rejected. It is a fact. Otherwise, there was no question of people like Engineer Ejaz even getting anywhere near that Balhama seat. He would have licked the dust by now. He is lying.
Okay, so that's not the point. The point he says is he has won. He is not a dynasty party.
I apologize to the people of Kashmir that one seat went out of my hands, out of my teeth.
Okay.
I apologize to the people of Kashmir on behalf of my organization and myself. Though it was the mistake of the returning officer there. They are lying through their
teeth. So you're not saying that there is new leadership that is rising because it's not just him.
Governmental help and paramilitary help. Otherwise, there was no question of
that. Okay, Manu Khajuria wants to respond on this point. Manu Khajuria also respond to the point that's being made. Omar Abdullah says it's the BJP that made it. Sir, please wait, sir. Sir, you've made your point. Please wait for your turn. Let's please be civil.
The point he made on tourism.
Sir,
I want to tell him, Mr. Guru
Sahib. Hold on. Sir, you had an opportunity to make your point. If you beat around the bush, you will not get extra time, sir. Stick to the point, respond on merits. Manu Khajuria, Omar Abdullah says it's the BJP that made this all about a referendum on Article 370. Now it's for the BJP to explain if people have voted for the PAGD, which means the people want restoration of Article 370.
Well, quickly, Gaurav, I know that mathematics is something not understood by the Gupkar panelists, but anti-370 votes, people who were against 370 accounts for around 5.4 lakh votes. And those favoring the special status, the Gupkaris accounts for only 3.49. So let's rest that. Now, coming to Doda, where they said Shakti Parihar lost from 2 seats. Well, they forgot to mention that BJP went on to win 8 other seats in Doda, followed by Congress, which won 4, and NC could only win 1. whatever said or done, we must not forget that 49 independent candidates have won, and a lot of women have won from Jammu, which is such an amazing feat. It's a slap on those who boycotted or sort of, kept the 73rd and 74th Amendment away from Jammu and Kashmir. Power at the grassroots. It is a victory of that. Okay. It's a victory of democracy. So many independent candidates are non-political from non-political backgrounds. They are from humble backgrounds. Poonch, for example, has been completely swept for independence. It's a credit to democracy. And of course, the way they are not letting me speak shows their frustration.
It doesn't speak of the truth. Suhail Bukhari. Okay. Suhail Bukhari, merit. Okay. Suhail Bukhari, is there merit in Engineer Ejaz and the BJP saying that there is new leadership that is rising in Kashmir, whether it's Panchayati Raj, money from the center going straight to Panchayats or to District Development Council, so their importance will increase and the importance of dynasty parties will go down, and that is why they are so rattled.
There are 2 points that they are trying to make. One, that this whole election and the results means democracy ki jeet. Second, new leadership is emerging. I would want to accept both of these, but then what BJP immediately does is it turns the table on its own logic. If this is the democracy ki jeet, if it is the new leadership emerging, how do I do away with the fact that around 70% of the seats have been won by anti-BJP contestants? The alliance has won it. So if it is democracy ki jeet, let us take it in that spirit. The alliance has won huge numbers. They have relegated BJP to 4 districts. Therefore, take it in the spirit of democracy and do away with the unconstitutional impositions that you have done.
How do you then respond to BJP saying it's got more votes than NC, PDP and Congress put together, sir?
Absolutely wrong.
Yes, absolutely I have a Muzaffar Saab, 1 second. I have a very valid answer to that. For God's sake, look at the traditional numbers of the people who have voted. Kashmir Valley has always had a low voter turnout vis-a-vis Jammu. So if you look at the number of votes in terms of the percentage of the overall polls, you would always find Jammu regions polling more percentage. You can never compare the two. But if you look at the overall numbers in terms of seats, I think it's absolutely logical. Let me accept for once what they're saying.
Guru
These
Prakash,
elections, the results are democracy ki jeet. Let us take that in spirit and do what
Congress leader and former finance minister also says. The people, not just the people of Kashmir, but even the people of Jammu stood up to the BJP.
No, you see, Article 370 was anti-women, and my 2 friends who are from Kashmir joining us, मैं आपसे आग्रह करूंगा कि अपने दिल पे हाथ रख के बताइए, was it not anti-woman? Was it not anti-Dalit? Was it not anti-backward? Was it not anti-tribal? Sir, no. Arey, please listen to me. We were listening to you carefully. No. We listen to me carefully, boss.
These are lies.
Arey, bhaiya. Jammu Kashmir High Court. Please read the judgment of Jammu Kashmir High Court. Please read the judgment. Gaurav, I do not like this approach.
30 seconds on the broadcast.
No.
If you don't like this approach, don't open the Pandora's box.
No, listen to me. It was the people of Jammu and Kashmir are with the decision of abrogation of Article 370. The people of Jammu and Kashmir have vindicated. The people of Jammu and Kashmir have vindicated the decision of the BJP to remove Article 370 and Article 35A. The people of Jammu and Kashmir are with the decision of BJP to remove Article 370 and 35A. No matter how much you shout, sir, no matter how much you shout, the people of Jammu and Kashmir are with us. They stand solidly behind the decision to remove Article 370 and Article 35A.
The debate very clearly continues, but I have run out of time. On this show, I've run out of time, but this is a story we'll be tracking very, very closely in the days and weeks ahead.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.